Okay, it was at Bristol, and there wasn't no dirt on the track. How was that?
Well, I guess it was better for, I don't know, I guess the fans didn't get as dirty or something, I don't know, but it was still, there's a lot happening everywhere on the track, and they was lucky to get the thing in on account of Mr. Weatherman.
Yeah, the big deal was that they started the race and had they jacked it up an hour and still had to wait a little bit, but it really came off good because good thing the race was on Saturday instead of Sunday.
Yeah, you told me that. You was up there, but I was sitting home nervous in my chair again.
The race started off, and it was just a single file deal. Everybody just run, and the leaders just run off and left everybody. I mean, they was running like 2100s quicker than the people in the back. But when they caught the people in the back, they couldn't get around those people because they was running so quick. And at that time, it was just a one groove racetrack. They put that sticky stuff on the bottom of the racetrack, and it took half the race before anybody could start passing people on the outside. So I don't know if that sticky stuff helped or hurt as far as the overall race.
Well, it certainly changes the race and changes the track because they got to race, and there was something going on all the time, even though if you was there, you probably seen a lot more, but the television couldn't cover it all. But yeah, like you said, when the leaders caught some of the good cars in the back, they was just another race car also,
So they run the same speed,
And but I really think, Richard, what really messed the race up, maybe not for the win or the first 4 or 5, when they throwed the caution for the 19.
That changed everybody's strategy.
That changed everybody's strategy because everybody's going to have to make a green pit stop.
Right.
And
that took care of it.
And it I'm still a 43 fan, and he had a loose wheel, and he had done made his, and so it was really going to help him when they made
because everybody else was going to have to stop.
Exactly.
But it just wasn't to be.
No, it wasn't to be. It's just you can't take them hips out of it. But
he ran good enough to finish in top 8 or 10 easy. The car was that good. But then the 42 car, he started off a little bit slower, but he got better and better and better. And until they had the last run, he was coming on real good, and dadgum his wheel didn't come loose. And he went from 6th or something, and he was still going forward.
Yeah,
but he went back. He wound up 11th.
Wound up 11th, and if okay, but I guess he was lucky to finish 11th with a loose wheel, And,
yeah, well, the 43 had to stop.
But Richard. He has showed ungodly talent in these particular cars.
Learning these cars that quick, that's really because they're so much different than the Infinity cars he's been driving. They handle different, they set different, everything's different. So he's adapted really, really good. That boy's going to be a heck of a race car driver.
Well, yeah, he shows up like that, and he deserves a good ride. You know what I mean?
He's good enough for that, right?
Yeah, but getting back to the Bristol race, they eliminated four cars from the championship chase. And
they cut it down to 12 now.
Now it's down to 12, and eliminated 3 Fords and 1 Chevrolet, I guess.
Is that right? I didn't even check to see.
Yeah, so I think right now there's 3 Fords left, 4 Chevrolets, and 5 Toyotas. If that adds up to 12, it's something like that. Yeah. But
that's going to make it real interesting. I mean, the next 3 tracks are completely different.
Exactly.
Then you go to Texas, then you go to Talladega, and then you come back to the road course at Charlotte. So those, I would hate to say, who's going to come out of that deal in the top 8. But, getting back to the race and stuff, the race was really won by the 11 car. But and he deserved to win because he was the quickest car.
Oh, my goodness.
And if you look back, the last 2 races, he was the dominant car. He just, luck wasn't on his side at Darlington or the race before that. And so far in the first 3 races, the 11 car has been the dominant. The 5 car has been the second best, I guess. And then there's been no third so far.
They need to give about 1,000 points for the pole, and then the 20 would be way ahead when he won pole for all three races.
The 20's run good. His luck's not been that good either.
Yeah, but I don't know. The 11 car is just sitting home watching it on television. It's fun. It's fun watching his experience catch like the 54 car when he was leading.
Oh yeah,
the young kid, and he just knew he was going to pass him. He just waited till he wanted to go, and then of course Larson caught up with him late,
you know what I mean?
and then he put some distance on it. So he, like you said, he was the dominant car and deserved to win. And I guess the fans, they booed him pretty big, but if they paid their money, I guess they can boo and do what they want to. But
well, if they come to the race, they either come to see him win or come to see him lose. At least they come.
Well, I told him a while ago I'm not as big a football fan as I used to be. The only ones I watch now, if somebody I want to pull against or somebody I want to pull for. If I ain't got a dog in the fight, I don't even watch it. So that's the way we are. But Texas, it might help the Fords quite a bit. They might shine there.
They might be better on a big track like that.
Because the 12 car was he won Charlotte. Is Texas somewhat similar to Charlotte or what?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
and he was kind of the dominant car there.
But then when you go to Talladega, it's just anybody's race.
36 cars, or how many there?
It don't make any difference.
Exactly.
So that's going to be interesting.
I hate the pit stops are so critical for it, and it just puts pressure on.
I mean, they're making them in 9 seconds now. You know what I mean? For 2 tires, and the deal is they're not filling the cars up. They didn't have to fill the cars up.
Exactly.
Wait on them at Bristol like they used to do on a big track. So when you go to Texas, pit stops will probably be a little slower because everybody's going to look for gas mileage. So that really screws things up too.
I don't know. But like you say, we'll go to Texas and they'll be a winner. They always are.
And we'll talk to you next week then.
I hope so.